Oh my goodness, this is such a shame. Look at this poor plant. It's really pretty, but it's like growing out of the pot. Look at the roots at the bottom. I really need to replant this and update this bay window. For the past month, I have been looking at this bay window, just looking at it like, wow, this is a shame. It's a really nice windowsill, and I really like to update it and make it look pretty, especially for all of my plants. I mean, some of them are dead. Like, that's not right. It's a beautiful area, and look, there's dead flies over here. I didn't even know that there was dead flies back in this corner. And this poor plant died in January. Yeah, I know, it's a sin. Now, this one over here did great. It did beautiful. So I'm happy that this pot is doing well. But if you come over here, my kids' terrariums, they died. And this right here, these are pine cones in this little lantern from Christmas 2019. Yeah, 2019, kid you not. And these succulents over here, they were bought a while ago, but they're not potted or planted. And if I don't repot them, they're going to end up dying, and that's not good. And over in this corner, here's another succulent plant that did really well. She's doing amazing, but look at the paint. It's chipping away. It looks terrible. So that's why this episode, it's really laying on my heart to update it using only things that I have. This is a buy nothing, redecorate the bay window, and I'm excited to shop my hoarded stash, to repot and use things I already have to make it beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do is repot this plant. She's dying, and I don't want her to die because I didn't put it into a bigger pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her outside, and I know in my garage I have pots in there, and I found the perfect size. This white one is the perfect size to repot her in. Now, as I replant these flowers, I want to share my heart with all of you. During my prayer and meditation, I had a message come through to me that said, gratitude solves everything. And I wrote that down because it really resonated with my heart. So many of you know that my fear and my anxiety triggers me to hoard and hold on, and to sometimes impulse shop and to accumulate more things. But as I was in that moment, I realized, no, I don't have to hoard and buy and accumulate more things. I can be grateful for what I have, which is the theme of this video, is that I am grateful for all the items I already have to recreate this bay window. And I'm also grateful for my creative soul so that I can renew the things that I have and love and make it something beautiful. That is what I'm grateful for. And that takes away all the anxiety and the fear. And it makes me feel like I'm thriving and I can do this. And I'm excited for this project to make the window look beautiful and spacious. And that was the message I just wanted to convey with everyone. So now it is back to business, and we need to move this couch out of the way. And thankfully, hubby is here to move it for me. And with the magic of editing, it's now moved out. But look at all that stuff behind it. There is a ton of stuff because the last time we cleaned behind the couch was probably the end of 2019. And since the boys were home, they picked up all of the miscellaneous Pokemon cards and different toys that had fallen behind the couch this past year. Now, they have been doing very well with their chores and keeping up with them. I do keep my boys off camera just to protect their privacy, but I also want to make sure that I'm being mindful of capturing when they are doing their chores and when they are also cleaning up and helping mommy out around the house. We are establishing these good habits. So now this carpet is looking clean and neat, just the way it's supposed to be. So now we can move on to the actual bay window. Now we have to put plastic over it because this window was probably the original from like 1969. And in the wintertime, you can feel such a cold draft go through it. And it just gets so cold in here. So what hubby has to do in November is put up this plastic wrap to prevent that cold air from coming in. That way we can save money on electricity on our heating bill. Now, we found out the estimates for it. A new bay window is about $4,000 or $5,000. And right now that's not really in the budget. So we'll just have to keep putting the plastic on every late fall. Now the paint on the windowsill is peeling off, it's dirty, it just doesn't look right and I really want to repaint it. So what I have to do first is that I have to wipe down the area clean and go into the garage because I know that we have a ton of paint already. Now what I need is probably more of a matte white paint, which I already knew that we had. We already had this can and it's going to work out because when honey has to put the plastic up again with the tape, it can't be on a gloss. It has to be on a flat paint. And we already have these paintbrushes. Now, are they pretty? No. But are they functional? Yes. This will get the job done. And in the basement, I already have these tablecloths that I used to save because when I wanted to paint, I wanted to reuse it to lay it on the floor to protect my carpet and my hardwood floors. And can you believe this carpet is already a year old? Man, that year sure has flown by. Now, this is just gonna be one quick, easy coat just to brighten up the space, make it look a lot better, because I don't know when in the future when we get a bay window, how much they're going to have to redo. They might have to redo the windowsill to fit that type of window. So that's why we're just keeping it simple. We're just keeping it simple to brighten up the space. Now let's move on to accent pieces, which is this lantern right here. I bought this for $5 at a yard sale about 7 years ago. And I like it, but I feel it's a little too dark in the space and I wouldn't mind brightening that up. So that means let's go see my spray paint in the garage. What colors could I use? Now, I'm not totally against making it hot pink, but I want to keep it a natural color in the bay window. That's what I'm going for. And I'm kind of leaning either between the gray and the gold, but I feel like the gold is really calling out my name. I think that's gonna look really pretty. So now I have to prep the lantern for spray painting. And of course I have to take all these old pine cones out, give her a really good washing so I can get all of the dust and yes, glitter that is on there. And when she is completely dry, that's when I start spray painting it. Now I will always suggest to spray paint outside. There are fumes in there that can make you lightheaded and a little dizzy. And of course, when I started spray painting was when the wind started picking up a little bit on me, and I had to make sure that the paint wasn't spraying back into my face, that it was indeed getting onto the lantern, so I had to follow the flow of the wind. And as the paint dried on the lantern and the bay window, I decided to shop my hoarded stash for more accessories. Now inside of the lantern, I really did want a candle inside of it, so I decided to go with this taller one. I think it'll look really cute. And I really wanted to add some crystals and stones to the bay window since I was kind of going with this natural theme. And I love crystals. I don't even know why I love them. They just make me happy and they're pretty. And I feel like they remind me of like the earth's beauty, right? Even though some of these might be polished up by humans, they still come from the earth and they're beautiful. And it just reminds me that each and every day that the earth provides beauty and abundance to us. And now comes the super fun part. It is time to start putting all my pieces back into my bay window. It's like the blank canvas to the artist. The possibilities are endless. You put together the picture that you want it to look like, and you bring forth those ideas and those creative thoughts into the real world. This is the part that I love, using my creativity to put things together to make it a beautiful space, to make it my own personal little masterpiece with my personalities, my ideas, and my creativity. And I'm so happy to show you how the bay window looks now. This looks amazing. To me, this is what a minimalist's bay window would look like. So I'm pretty proud of myself because I did just use the pieces that I loved. And I stuck with the plan. I wanted to create a buy nothing, redecorate video using what we already had. So we didn't have to go buy new things. I don't need more things. I want to enjoy the beautiful pieces that we already have. And that's where that message comes in, that gratitude solves everything. I'm grateful for how this came out, and I'm grateful that I get to show it to all of you, my friends. You feel like my family. And I'm so happy to show you the progress that we're making. And I hope this inspires you to also reach your goals. Maybe you want to redo an area in your house as well. And I am here to encourage you in your journey as well. We can heal together. And I'm so excited to hear what projects you all are working on too.